Hello everyone, Billy Throttle here. I'm here today with Dungeon Clawler, which is a roguelike claw machine game by Strafe Studio and Strafe Publishing. By the time you're seeing this video, this game will be out for 1.0 release. It was currently in early access for quite a while, but they just made some changes and put it out to 1.0. I have only one run in this game, so I can't really state what has changed between early access and 1.0, but I can say I enjoyed my run a ton. So let's show off the run here. As I said, I only have one run, but I believe I unlocked a few other characters throughout. Tells you how you unlock them. So if you're looking for a certain character, you know what you got to do to get them. We're probably just going to start with one of the base 4 characters. So we'll just go with Sir Bunalot, who we used in our first run. And the one nice thing that I realized is their Discord has free skins. So this is the base skin for Sir Bunalot, and they have this one who was based on, I forget which content creator, but a lot of the free skins are based on content creators who had played this game during early access time. So, and each character does have different abilities, which you can see here, different starting decks and different abilities. So, but yeah, let's start with Sir Bunalot. I did not win my first run. I'm assuming that would unlock some kind of ascension difficulty increase, but we didn't win that run, so I can't show that off really right now. Win one run with this character, unlock the Lucky Paws. All right, up top, you see it's floor 1 of 20. You can see our health and you can see our gold. So I believe this whole map is floor 1. Once we exit it, we'll go to floor 2, so-and-so, and try to get all the way up to floor 20. You can check your little backpack over here to currently see what you all have in terms of items. We will get some perks and stuff like that, but as of right now, we haven't unlocked them yet. All right, you can see here we have 2 claws. So this is kind of like one of our turns. We get to do both of these claws before the enemies have their action. And the enemies do have kind of their intent shown. So you know if you need to attack more, if you need to defend more. So we're just going to see if we can kill this first guy with a good first shot. And if not, we'll pick up some more defense next round. All right, we just need one more dagger. But we're probably going to pick up a shield along the way. It's not terrible. To control the claw, I'm just using the left and right arrows on my keyboard. And, to go left and right. And I'm pressing down to pick up. And you can go back and forth, so you don't have to worry about like overshooting it. You don't have to be super specific about that. And actually, you can actually hover over these things too, and it tells you. So this guy's Crumbly drops 2 pebbles into the claw machine when getting attacked. So you can see there's a whole bunch of these pebbles. So you can hover over a lot of things in this game, and it will give you the information about them. So I guess Pebble attacks the last enemy for 8 damage, has a 50% chance to deal critical hit. So as long as we get a Pebble, we are good here. All right, we get rewards after the fact. We can reroll if we wanted to. So let's see, Ice Skull attacks the nearest enemy and deals damage for each frost. Lava Bomb turns water into lava, removes all fire debuffs from you, and heals for 1 health for each removed stack. So my first run, I just kind of did more of like a strength type of build. I didn't really mess much with the frost and, all these different synergies. So let's take, let's see, we don't have any water. So I don't necessarily want to take the lava bath bomb just yet. Well, let's re-roll. Let's see, attacks all enemies for 10 damage. Maybe we'll take this greatsword. Nice little cleave action. Oh, I missed completely. I guess the greatsword is pretty big, so it's going to be hard to grab. I know in my first run, I did come across one perk that made a lot of every round it made 4 items smaller, which made them easier to pick up. All right, we should consider grabbing a little bit of shield with this too, so we don't have to take too much damage. Got to be careful about being too close to the edge. You can kind of clip the wall there and mess up your drop. All right, plastic knife attacks the nearest enemy for 15 damage, decreases its damage by 5 each time it's used. Let's see, fan moves around randomly and creates a weak airflow that pushes other items away. Sure. It's purple. I don't know if that indicates a rarity. Let's see, ethereal. This item can only be collected once per fight. Okay. So yeah, we're still learning a lot about this game while we're playing here today. But we did have a ton of fun on our first run. I believe we get 2 of these, or we get at least 2 of these down here, and then we get our choice. You gain 1 strength when dealing a critical attack with a direct hit, or increases critical hit chance by 100% when you have less than 30% health. My first run, I didn't really drop low on health. I did pretty good about keeping my health up high. We did have 1 item that attacked and healed us, which I would definitely grab again. But we'll go with this critical strength. And this is kind of similar to, I guess, what I would call like a relic in like Slay the Spire or Peglin or something like that. You know, it's just a passive that's kind of always active. And we will probably collect quite a few of them. All right, floor 2. Straight into the fight. I kind of didn't mean to go that quickly, but you can see the fan causing a little bit of I don't want to say headache, but it is moving stuff around. All the shields are on top. I would like to get down to some daggers, but probably grabbing some shields here. All right, at least we grabbed one dagger that time. Oh no, what did he add? You receive 3 poison when collecting this. All right, so I guess we'll see if that overrides our block or not. No, okay. Okay, looks like poison ticks down each turn. And after you do pick stuff up, it kind of drops back in at the end of the turn, so you don't have to worry about things not coming back. Unless the item specifically says it doesn't come back. Which I believe we may have saw on something in the last shop. Or in the last rewards. Let's see, we're gonna... A lot of our stuff is buried over by this poison. We're gonna dig in there, hopefully not grab too many of the poison balls. Poison tick down after the turn. Okay, I see. I looked away too early before the poison tick, so... I'm not sure how I feel about this fan. There are ways to remove things later, so you're not stuck with something if it doesn't synergize well with your other pieces, but... Each collected fluff heals you for 1 health. There's always 20% water inside the machine. You can shred 1 item for free each time you visit the shredder. So the shredder is, as I was just saying, a way to get rid of stuff like the fan if it doesn't work for you. But I do want probably a source of healing right now, so let's take the cuddly. Each fluff collected heals you for 1 HP. All right. Yeah, I quickly went by these, and I guess maybe it wasn't tactically bad because we were full health at the point, and we can heal up. And I don't know, is this Granny? Yeah, Granny's room. The one thing I didn't realize the first time I came here, I went, hey, my ID, I grabbed that. And I didn't even hover over it to see. And I see it permanently decreases your health by 10. I went, okay, so maybe we don't grab that. And there's a couple of other items in here with some negative effects. Permanently increases enemy damage by 20%. And the purse permanently increases enemy health by 20%. So I'm not 100% sure. In the last area, I did come across a door that stated I didn't have the 3 items required to continue further, which would I believe would have been after the final boss. So if you're looking to do some extra stuff, I don't know if that's new to the game for 1.0, but I suspect that those items have something to do with that. So we can collect some gold. These are little health pots. They heal for 10% of our health. So I don't want to pick up any of those bad items. Let's just kind of go over here, see if we can grab some gold. All right, what's this place over here? It's a fortune teller. Reveal your destiny and enhance your luck. 50 Fortuna. I can bend fate in your favor and help you find what you seek. Do you want my guidance? Yes, guide me. All right, so I believe these are ways to get, like if you're trying to get into a certain type of build, this is a way to increase the chance of finding items for that build. And I believe we did take something that was critical hit based, critical strength. So why don't we take the critical hit token? Increases the chance to get items that interact with critical hits. All right, so we got 2 doors here. So these are the exits, and so you have 2 options for different rooms, which is nice. You can kind of go which way kind of suits you more. So we got one that has a shredder room, one that has a blacksmith where we can upgrade things, and an alchemist. Use coins to transmute your items and change their material. This way has a hard fight and a percomatic. Let's go to the left. I would like to show off the alchemy room because I thought that was kind of cool. All right, so we can upgrade things, but we are actually, okay, I was say it's kind of expensive right now. Once you upgrade things, they kind of go gold, so you could visually see the difference. Let's just upgrade, unfortunately, just a dagger right now, because I feel like it's what we grab the most. And if we wanted to shred stuff, you kind of just put it in there and click the shred button. So I don't think we want to shred. I only had 1 fight with the fan. I'm not sure if I'll like it, but I'm going to give it more than 1 fight before I make my decision on it. So no shredding stuff today, at least not yet. And here's the alchemist. So as you can see down here, this dagger is metal. We can transmute it to be made of something else, and we can click whatever that might be, whether glass, ice, plastic, wood, because there are synergies you're going to build up. So if you have a weapon that you like, but it doesn't have the correct material, you can transmute it to make it work with whatever build type you're going for, which I think's kind of cool. But we're kind of early in this, and I don't know what we're looking for, so we're going to save our money and go to the next floor. All right, let's see if we can get a big cleave going here. Ooh, I thought we were going to drop that. That fan is a menace. Let's see, what's this guy? He's got 33. Rewards you with 1 coin when defeated. Okay. So I guess that means 33 coins when defeated. Oh, we got a lot of attacks coming in here. If we can get this big cleave sword, we should be able to kill at least a couple of these guys with our second attack, but no, we didn't heal as, we didn't do as much damage as I had hoped. Try to kill, and we can also try to get a little bit of block just in case we miss. All right, big shield does a little more block than the regular shields we have. Fills the machine with water. I don't think we're going to try to fill the machine with water. Attacks the nearest enemy for 15 and removes its block. Let's actually get a reroll here and see what else we can find. Applies 4 fire to the nearest enemy, increases nearest enemy, or increases attacks the nearest enemy for 5 damage, Increases damage by 5 each time the machine is filled with liquid. So that's, I guess that would be more for a water build. Attacks the last enemy for 3, damages and shrinks 3 items. No, let's do this heat gun. I did like the shrink. Like it allows you to pick up more stuff. I can see some of the stuff that got shrunk down here in the corner. All right, what's the 17 water do? Increases damage taken by 1% or reduces the amount of stacks by 10 at the end of each turn. Okay. Looks like they dropped some poison in there. Maybe we go over to the corner here. Oh, that was bad. All right, we might have to pick up some of this poison, spread all throughout. I know my first run I did a lot of like a kind of like a strength slash like thorns build. So a lot of stuff I picked up had you know, like a thorns ability to it. So when enemies hit us, it kicked back and hit them too, which was pretty fun. So all right, this guy just heals. Tends to add an item to the machine. Okay, so he's been the one adding the poison. Increases block by 15, decreases the amount of block by 5 each time it's used, resets after each fight, converts all frost decks. We'll take the plastic shield. All right, let's go check out the question mark. Okay, so it looks like, let's see, Hair Alquin. Okay, so are these guys following my, okay, I thought they were following my little harpoon. I don't know if I will be able to pierce all the way down. Get that? Okay, I wasn't sure if it would grab all the items or just one. Thorn Whip attacks the nearest enemy for 4 damage. Damage increased by 5% for each stack of spikes. We were just talking about spikes, and I wouldn't mind grabbing some more of those again. All right, what do we got over here? We got Prickwood. So we got a little boss fight here. All right, so there's Prickwood in the middle here. We are full health, so I don't necessarily have to go to that heal room just yet. We can maybe save that for after the boss. But let's go up here first. And so we did just kind of say that, you know, we took a critical hit token, which we could take more of. Let's see, self-damage token increases the chance to get items that deal self-damage or have effects when you get hit. So I'm thinking that's probably what we're looking for in terms of, oh, there we go, spike. Okay, I was gonna say self-damage sounded wrong, but spike token sounds right. All right, yeah, let's go check out the boss first. I have a feeling this boss might have some thorns to himself after he buffs up. Yeah, so we see right here, he has spikes times 4, deals 1 damage to the attacker when being attacked. And I believe that's per hit too. So we're going to take some damage here. But we do have the heal room after this if we want to go back to it. And you can see we have our strength build up here, increases the damage of our attacks. Yeah, we got some pretty high spike numbers ourselves last run, which definitely wasn't insignificant in some of the fights. Let's see if we can grab some fluff to help heal us up before, but deflation. Okay, 4 random items shrink at the end of your turn. That's one that I mentioned. Let's take that because we do have that big sword, which has been hard to grab. It looks like we heal up after the fight too, but let's go here anyways because we can get some money. All right, what's on this next floor? Gambling room. Use your coins to gamble for new items. That was yeah, we'll show that off. It's a fun little mini game. Looks like there's 2 of them too. Probably didn't have to pick up the shield that decreases in power, but all right, we've got someone attack for 5, someone attack for 7. Oops, as I say, he put 4 burn stacks on us. Or radiating flames. Add 1 fire to you and your companions at the end of the turn. Okay. So that 8 and 2 looks like our block, because we usually have 5 block at the start of each turn. All right, he's almost dead. So I literally just need one thing. I I could see myself just dropping everything right now. Increases the chance to trigger the lucky ability of items inside a small radius by 20%. Attacks the nearest enemy, dealing 3 damage plus 1 damage for each 10 coins you own. Okay, as I say, I did have at one point in my last run a couple hundred coins. So, you know, that would be like 20 damage. So just trying to get an idea of what it is. See, Pebble attacks the last enemy for 8 damage. I don't think I need to be hitting the last enemy. Let's re-roll the shop. Okay, Thorn. Let's take the Thorn. All right, so we're eventually going to want to try to block for 15. All right, looks like we're probably going to kill the front guy here, but I guess no guarantee. I just saw the fan blow a fluff out through the, I guess, the claw exit. And it did heal me there, so that's funny. Just let the fan do its thing and heal us up nonstop. I do like the music for the game, too. There's certain games that you play a lot and, you know, the music just becomes like, you know, something you like to hear. And I could see that being the music in this game too. A fluffy sword attacks the first enemy for 10 damage and adds 10 fluff into the machine. Yeah, let's give that a try. We do heal when we grab fluff. All right, let's check out these little gambling rooms. All right, let's play. So, okay, this is the item I had that healed me last time. I wouldn't mind getting my hand on that, but I think we're just at the mercy of the machine. Mini fridge increases block by 5. Collects all ice items inside a small radius and increases its block by 5 for each item collected. So we're not doing ice at the moment, so I think we're just gonna skip that. Knowing just playing most deck builders, you kind of want to synergize as much as possible, and you know, just adding everything usually isn't an ideal solution. So I haven't seen this one yet, so let's. Looks like we maybe get 2 tries here. And the jackpot's increasing. Or can we get 2 different items? Is that what that's saying? 0 out of 2. We'll give it a couple more tries. We're not addicted, you're addicted. Okay, still 0 out of 2. So I don't know exactly what that means, but I feel like we should get out while we're ahead. All right, I would like to go to a place with a blacksmith. All right, I think I am going to lean into the thorns. And I guess while we're here too, what's this do on upgrade? Shrink additional items. Let's try that too. All right, is there anything we'd like to shred? Anything that's worked? I'm still keeping some faith that this fan might be fun. Let's see, attacks the nearest enemy for 10. So, I mean, our upgraded daggers do that much damage. We could upgrade this, but it does extra damage when it's the only item picked up. But I feel like there's probably not many times that we want this to be the only item that gets picked up. So it's kind of on the chopping block in my brain, but I think we're going to wait to remove it. We have our choice of which boss do you want to see. Robbie Longfinger or Smelter. They have a nice variety of bosses. Let's go check out Smelter. All right, are we gonna go like the spike token again? Let's go spike token again. And as if we come in to check out our perks here, you can see we have 2 of them. So you don't have to worry about getting different ones. They will stack. All right. See, did we accidentally? Did I grab the blow dryer? Because I don't see it in there currently. I think in these longer boss fights. Okay, we did grab it. I just saw it drop back in. I wonder if it could shrink itself eventually. But I wonder if in these longer boss fights, the more things you can shrink, you know, just kind of make sure later turns better. So what's his ability? I guess we didn't check that out. Burning attacks. Each attack applies 1 fire. Okay. The thorns and the little blow dryer, the heat gun, they're both kind of trapped in a corner. I know the little bell above his head means he's about to summon a minion. All right, let's see if we can finally. I bet you we can't get that spike. Oh, we got it. Okay, the thorn. Wow, look at all of the stuff we can grab now. We have to remember grabbing fluff heals us, so it's not a bad thing. Not that we only want to grab fluff, but... Yeah, kind of weird. I don't want to say weird, but one thing to notice is that this guy does bypass a lot of our block with the fire damage that happens. All right, we do have the healing room, I believe, which we bypassed, so we can go back and heal after this fight. Which, like I said, we do heal up a little bit either way, but... Right, it's gonna summon another minion. Almost. He's going to kill himself when he hits us. Cool. Blacksmith coupon. You can upgrade one item for free each time you visit the blacksmith. Get one block each time an item is added to the machine after the first turn. So I wonder if that means, you know, every time you pick something up when it drops it back in, or if that's talking about like whenever an enemy adds in a new like poison thing or something like that. This actually would have been, I think, pretty good in one of the fights that I remember from my first run. Although free upgrades is never a bad thing. Gain 5 block when dealing a critical hit in a direct attack. No, that synergizes with crit stuff, so we will take that. These all seem pretty good though. Even though we don't need healing, we can come get some gold. Just make sure I'm not grabbing any of the difficulty multipliers that I don't want in this run. Thanks, Grandma. Blacksmith. All right, let's see. Fan moves around randomly and creates strong airflow. So, let's upgrade the fluffy sword. And another dagger. Anything we want to remove yet? Like, I wonder, you know, as a deck builder, do we want to remove things like our base block things and, you know, eventually replace them with better, you know, to make it easier to grab some of our other things? But you know what? I've been talking about let's remove this small sword. That might be a terrible call, but... Alright, let's go to the hard fight and the chest. Alright, so this front guy's attacking us for 12. I don't think we're gonna kill him before we get there. Although all of my daggers are over here. Maybe not all of my daggers. A lot of them, though. All right, let's try to get start the thorns and we'll get a little bit more block. Frostbite. Okay, I was like, they look like funky chickens, and they also looked like ice cream. So I was trying to figure out what they were. All right, these guys are attacking multiple times. I was trying to grab that Thorn's Whip, but no, we needed the block anyways. Why are these guys? Oh, is that like some kind of ethereal? Yeah. Did we pick up? I remember reading something before about ethereal. Maybe it was something we bypassed. Hey. I'll just sit here and let the little like ethereal items do their thing. All right, we do have a lot of damage incoming. I'm hoping to kill the front guy. As long as we grab like one piece of damage, we should kill him. Oh, I think I blocked that from jumping out. All right, we're already at full health. I was gonna say, consider, you know, sandbagging a little bit and picking up some fluff to heal us, but we don't really need it. All right, more dagger stuff, or more, I'm sorry, more spike stuff. Let's grab that. All right, let's spin. You can get more than 2 options down here. I think it just stopped after 2 drop down there, so. Oh no, I lied, okay. Each collected fluff heals you for 1 health. Increase your max health by 20. Let's increase our max health by 20. I enjoyed Gigantism as the name. Yeah, some of the different characters. Maybe we'll take a quick little look after we finish this run. But they have different kind of claws and stuff. So I think, you know, a lot of the characters play a little differently. I don't know if all characters are kind of open to all builds, or if certain, you know, keywords are, you know, with specific characters. Oh, we're going to want to block here. Let's try to grab some block. I enjoy the sword and shield just holding little hands there, you know? Hey bro, do you mind if we hold hands while we fight? Sure, little bro. Alright, they're not attacking. Although we're not getting through their shield. Alright, attack for 20. Oh, I was actually hoping to get the shrink right. That's kind of the reason I went there. So it looks like they take 1 turn attacking, 1 turn blocking. I guess there's a slight chance we could get through all of their block and kill them. Another large thorn. There's that magic wand I was talking about, but we do have the fluff healing, so I guess I'm maybe gonna stick with that. The one thing I wasn't crazy about was attack the last enemy. So like if I was focusing a lot on the front enemy, you were just like randomly pinging the back guy. See, attacks the nearest enemy for 20 damage, but lose 5 health. It does say upgradable. I don't know if there is an easy way to... Okay, I was gonna say to show... Wow, it even increases the health loss and upgrade. Okay. I like having the healing. We're going to add more thorns. And then do we want to go to Melamon or Frosty? I believe last time I fought Frosty. So let's go check Melamon. All right, so we do hurt ourselves. So I believe this is, well, I guess I've seen this claw, this magnet. I don't know if that is specific to this kind of Hair Elquin room, or if there's an actual character. If she's an actual character, maybe that has that. So we're going to take some damage from this, but we're going to get some gold too. All right, so what's his intent? Tends to add items to the machine and block. So I think we picked up a quirk that gives us defense whenever things are added to the machine. So we'll have to look at our block next turn. So I would like, and especially in these longer boss fights, the things I would like to do is build up spikes and maybe shrink stuff. All right, what did he add? Oh, he added bombs to the machine. Explodes and deals 10 damage. If it's not removed from the machine, deals 20 damage to the nearest enemy when collected. Oh wait, explodes and deals 10 damage to you if it's not removed from the machine. Okay, so we do want to collect those, is what it's saying. All right, we've unlocked a new character, Cuddleline Floofington. All right, we at least grab the bomb. One of the bombs. I enjoy the explosion. Knocked more stuff out. Let's try to grab the shrink ray. The heat gun, I keep calling it the shrink ray. It shrinks stuff. It's a semi-appropriate name. Got a lot of damage coming in here, so let's see if we grab some block. See if we can get this golden thorn. It's kind of in a tough spot over against the wall there, but try to grab these bombs for sure. Attacking this turn, so let's grab some more block. Man, we get some good heals with all this floof. All right, let's try to block. I don't think we're probably not doing 31 damage to him, but if we get enough thorns, might be able to block and get the kill that way. Okay, close enough. Gain 5 block whenever a companion attacks. I'm not really sure about the companion stuff. I haven't come across that. At the end of your turn, gain 10 block for every poisoned enemy, or gain 3 spikes each time you take damage. You know what? Let's take Hedgehog build. All right, this should be a safe drop spot. Get a little bit of money. Thanks, Grandma. See you next week. All right, let's go here. And let's upgrade our thorns. Got 99 gold, 79.59. You know what? Let's upgrade this too. I'm curious if we're going to start like blowing the fluff out like crazy. Or even some of like daggers and things of that nature. Yeah, we don't have any kind of synergies with a certain type of material. So I don't think we need to transmute anything here. I think I am going to take my advice and start removing a little bit if we had the money. Oh wait, I've added too many things to it. So we can maybe focus on grabbing kind of like the things that we're looking for. So we'll just shred 1 dagger and go to hard fight. The fan does appear to be blowing stronger. Let's see, what's this guy up to? He looks like he's up to no good. Oh, he's gonna try to steal our coins. I might not be able to do anything about that quick enough, but we will try. Now let's go over here. There's a lot of gold stuff over here. And we grabbed none of it. Take two. All right, we grabbed like all of it that time, but does this mean 6 turns? No, steals 6 coins each attack. All right, I'm hoping we're going to be able to get him before he runs away. Yeah, he kills himself on spikes. Good. Okay, there's a spiky shield. It is nice that they kind of give you the little token up here, so like you can quickly at a glance see what works with things that you're, But although I do see here, attacks the nearest enemy for 3 damage or removes all stacks of spikes. Deals. I don't want to remove my spikes. I would add spikes though, happily. You got a hot chicken. I'm going to try to grab the little shrink ray. So maybe we start, we've got the thorns shield. Maybe we start removing some of our regular shields so we can more consistently pick up the thorn stuff. I think it said the fan goes away once you pick it up once, so. So if it never gets too annoying, I guess we could theoretically do that, but it's the life we chosen. Deals 2 damage to yourself, increases block by 10. Let's give this a little reroll. Increases strength by 3 and applies 5 fire. I don't think we want any of these, so we could reroll the shop again, but it gets more expensive, so let's just skip. See thorns in there. Let's see, what does the battery do? Converts all block into strength at a 4-to-1 conversion rate. Interesting. That's kind of neat. Let's give it a try. We're healing a lot, so if we convert block to strength for a turn and take a little bit of damage, hopefully we can heal up. Warhammer attacks the nearest enemy for 15 damage, increases your block by 10. I don't think I necessarily want to add that, but I will maybe just show this event off. So if you click play, this thing starts moving back and forth. We can move our claw, and we kind of want to try to drop it into the bucket. And I was terrible at this. So, we actually got it. But that was more to show off the event. Or no, let's take it. I think if we can shrink that down, that could be a good piece to hit damage and block. Queen Beatrice. A Walrath the Blabarian. All right, they've got fun names. All right, so we are going into a like a boss fight right after this. So let's try not to hurt ourselves too much. Ooh, I think there's a healing room across the hall. So if we want to heal up that 20, we could. But I think we're in okay shape. And just blowing stuff out. All right, so this converts block into strength at a 4-to-1 rate. Now let's start shrinking stuff. I think that's probably something we should be looking to do early on in this fight. We do it automatically with one of our perks, but let's speed up that process. haven't really gotten any thorns going yet. I don't know if the fan's not blowing or if it's covered by a heavy piece of equipment. Okay. See, my claw machine seems too calm right now from what I'm used to. See, quit moving around, Thorn. No, just a lot of damage incoming. Maybe the fan was just tired before because it's blowing extra stuff out now. Wow, 46 damage. All right, we got a heavy hitter here. And actually, now that we're starting to get our spikes up, I think we want to look for the Thorn Whip. 8 damage increases, damage decreased by 10%. Okay, for each stack of spikes. So, should be a good bit of extra damage from our spikes. Oh god, 78 damage. So this guy just keeps scaling, does he? 142. Okay, so he will one-shot us if we do not kill him this turn. Even if we let him get an attack in. I guess we could build up a ton of block, but it's actually terrifying. See, he did. Okay, my Thorn Whip did get blown over here. We did not get the Thorn Whip though. All right, do we kill here? Thank God. That was scary. All right, heal 8 health if you kill an enemy with a critical hit. Increase the range of magnets by 20%. Whenever you take any damage from one remaining item in your deck is added to... Okay, whenever you take any damage, one remaining item from your deck is added to your machine. Let's re-roll. Reduce price for all surfaces by 20%. See, at the end of your turn, gain 10 block for every enemy poison. Let's just take bargain. All right. Remember, we've got to keep an eye on the ID, the dentures, and the purse. We don't want any of those. At least not yet. All right, I see blacksmith, and how about over here? Let's upgrade the energy drink. And let's upgrade the warhammer. And let's shred. How about a small shield? How about 2 small shields? Floor 16, so we're getting close. Some of the floors are definitely quicker than others. We are being attacked for 22, so I do kind of want to be careful about grabbing the energy. Well, I guess I say the energy drink will take away our block, will take damage, but we'll probably heal back up, right? Probably should upgrade that big sword that cleaves everybody. All right, so we have enough block to block this guy so we can focus on attacks or gaining thorns. I guess the thorns are a little less important in some of these quicker fights. All right, let's try to grab some fluff with this last shot. Oh, he did some damage to us when he died. Attacks the nearest enemy, dealing 100% of your block as damage, and you lose 20% of your block. So if we had a big block build, that would be something we could have gotten into. Let's re-roll once. I don't think I want another energy drink. I think one's enough. So let's just skip here. All right. As I think we have to grab all three of these. We could just probably leave, but oh no. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see. I thought we had to get all of them to try to get the reward. It just gives you that many options. So your boy didn't have to nearly kill himself. We'll add the hedgehog again. We got to, okay, let's try to grab this and then see if we can skip after that, maybe. Gives you 1 dodge and applies 3 poison to everyone, including yourself. No, I as of right now, I'm not faring too well, so I should be extra careful about this fight, because we do have a lot of health missing. I don't want to grab the energy drink for sure. This fan needs to blow some of the fluff out. All right, we got about 29 damage coming, so we're mostly blocking already. Oh god, okay. It looked like we took damage again at the end. I wasn't paying super close attention, so there's another heat gun. Let's re-roll. Let's skip again. Okay, so these are people that we've seen earlier that we skipped. Okay, I am glad there's a healing room. I'm going to step carefully before I run directly to the boss. I get an additional item, or get additional claw to collect items in Granny's room. Or get 10% of your coins at the end of a fight up to a maximum of 50. I think I took this last run, and that's probably why I had so much money. It's probably a little late for this, although I guess they're both just going to add some extra money to us. But I'm going to do greedy, because you can heal there too. Which is exactly what I'm looking for here. It's a bunch of healing. All right, no dentures, no dentures. Okay. Long fight. Let's try to grab the shrink ray early. And see if we can start, let's say, building up some thorns. We didn't get any of the thorn stuff in that corner. We left just the thorn stuff. All right, he's attacked for 22. We're blocking for 15. All right, seems to be pretty consistently attacking for 22, so he doesn't seem to be scaling like the buff walrus that we saw. Look how small everything's getting. I can grab so much stuff now. I wish he had a turn off so I could turn some of my block into strength, but oh, we grabbed the energy drink. That's fine. I think in the long run that's probably going to be helpful. But no, we picked up a bunch of block after that anyways, so how are we doing against them? 136 health left with 49 thorns, so I don't think he has much time left here. Increased damage by 10%. That is fine with me. I do want to go for upgrades. Let's upgrade the spike shield. Let's upgrade dagger. Looks like our upgrades probably get more expensive as we're heading higher on floors. Sure. We're getting near the end. Let's see. Oh, what are you? It's not gonna tell us. Do I need to get 2 to... All right, I think we're going broke with the casino tonight. Okay. So I'm guessing when we leave room, maybe it gives us the option to grab these? Yes, okay. Increases strength by 1 and block by 10. Yes. Let's see, there's another blacksmith. We don't have the money currently, but we got a couple fights along the way. Oh, that was I was thinking this was a perk for some reason. I probably should have realized because a lot of the perks look like the little bags, but my brain just didn't process that just yet. So. Now, taking a lot of damage there. All right, we did get that wooden bracelet, I believe. Okay, so that was the one strength, and I guess it gives us 10 block per turn. His little shield's got a little fist on it. As you can see, we have 39 thorns already. 44 thorns. I want to grab our little whip. I want to see how much damage it does. I know I could sit there and figure it out, but 54 damage. Okay. Ticking bomb. There's a similar card in Slay the Spire. Let's just skip here, go to the next fight, and see if we can upgrade a little more to shop. I know near the end of my first run, we were pretty much had everything upgraded, which we don't have here. Like I did say, we did have some more kind of money gaining perks, so I guess that was probably maybe a semi-abnormal run, but okay, this guy must have had some kind of like apparition or something, because we picked up the hammer and we didn't hit him. Probably should have looked at that guy's effect, but yeah, we definitely picked up stuff to attack him last turn, and it just didn't do that. Yeah, there it is. Dodge. Okay, dodge. Makes sense. Let's see. Definitely want to pick up at least one attack to kill this guy in front. Saves us 26 damage taken. I'm worried to drop over here because I see the energy drink. The sword's not a guarantee, but I think that's what we're going to go for. Ooh, okay, good. Drops 10 coins in the machine when you pick up 4 identical items at once. Does not work when collecting fluff or gold coins. Just more thorns. I mean, sure. Just do upgraded strength by 2 and 15 block. I do like that. All right. All right, so this is floor 20. Let's, before we go straight ahead to who I would say is the final boss, Swallow the Lone Fischetti, let's do some of these other items. I guess you could probably skip straight there if you wanted to, but we're going to take our time getting there. Okay, looks like the poison ticks do count towards adding thorns on us, since the poison seems to tick in between turns when we lose our current block and before we gain our base block with this character, so. It looks like the shrink ray is one of those items that targets the back directly. All right, our friend up front has some dodge, so it'd be nice to pick up multiple attacks to get through that. Sometimes it feels like you're at the mercy of how the claw drops them in and what order they come out. This is probably just a skip at this point. Okay, I had this event last time too, and I don't know if there is a way to know what we need to unlock her. I don't know if it's different every time. I'm assuming it's random. I'm trying to scan the room to see if there's any signs. Not that I know of. I mean, unless this banner here, maybe that's the Kellers we're looking for, or maybe it's like we got red on this first one. I'm not sure, but no. Okay. All right. I believe we could kick click, skip, and click rewards. If you didn't want to watch the animation, if you want your runs to be a little bit quicker, that's something I believe you could do. See, at the start of each fight, apply 5 frost to all enemies, or deals 1 damage to a random enemy each time an item is added to the machine after the first turn. I will do that because if I remember correctly, this guy adds junk to it, so it's probably worthwhile. So this ominous door, you don't know what awaits you here. We will go check it out first. And so the last time I got here, as I mentioned in my first fight, I picked up the ID card, and the ID card was shown in one of these circles. So I believe this is your Slay the Spire Act 4 equivalent of, you know, a heart fight. If you grab all of the difficulty modifiers, including the ID, the dentures, and the purse. So, like I said, second run, we will eventually probably explore that, but for this run, we kind of stayed away from that. Now, where'd Granny go? Oh, is Granny like like an evil Granny? She's gone and she's waiting for us behind the door. At this point, we're just grabbing a little bit of gold, which isn't going to help us much, but it helps to heal up too. So, all right, we made it to this fight, but we didn't win last time. Let's hope we fare a little bit better. All right, where is the energy drink? I do not see it. I would like to start collecting thorns. I would like to start gaining strength. No, let me move my mouse from over top of that guy. All right, so he added these rewards 2 to 5 coins when collected, and adds 1 strength for each coin we collect. So we're gonna probably scale him up throughout this run, and I believe that's ultimately what probably killed me last time, but I don't think I had many choices in the matter. Because those are they are all kind of around. And maybe I'll try to be a little more careful about picking up too many of the piggy banks. They are just everywhere. I feel like there's nowhere I can drop that picks up anything useful that wouldn't also possibly grab a piggy bank, but we're gonna lose our block here, but gain a bunch of strength. Oh no, the fan even blew out a piggy bank. All right, he has taken an off turn, so this could be a turn to try to get another energy drink shield buff, or I guess strength buff from our shield. Oh man, we missed the energy drink and we grabbed the piggy bank. Although he's down to 506 health, I think I got him down to about 300 health last time, so I think we're doing pretty good. All right, Fan's doing a pretty good job of keeping all those balls over on the right hand side. Little metal damaging balls. All right, so he's doing 27 damage to us 3 times. We'll do 150 plus damage back to him, so let's make sure we don't scale him up too much. I was like, is there a safe place to drop? And I don't know if the answer might be right here. Try to grab this little like Warhammer thing. All right, he's at 31 health. I think if we drop right here, I think this might be a win. There we go. They got fun animations here too. I didn't show the intro screen, but the animation is the same style. And this our our bunny buddy here gets his hand chopped off. So that was kind of the beginning of the game right there. So congrats, you did it. You have beaten the evil dungeon lord and reclaimed your lost lucky paw. You can return home and rest or continue exploring the depths of this dungeon. All right, Sir Bunalot's lucky paw. Your health is increased by 15. Start each turn with 10 block, or gain 5 block at the start of every turn. So it looks like, okay, so it looks like there's an endless mode, and we've unlocked debt level 1. So that's probably our ascensions. I guess we'll take Sir Bunalot's lucky paw. We'll continue. We'll check out endless mode for a minute. And then, like I said, I did want to show off maybe at least one of the other characters, which I really haven't even played with yet. Has a 30% chance to duplicate a random item at the end of each fight. Sure, let's not think too hard. Let's take the purple one. All right, we don't have any synergies that I can remember with the like different material types. So shredder, what do we could probably shred. All right, hard fight and a chest. These guys they're starting to get beefy for sure. All right, let's grab our energy drink, which I guess doesn't give us a ton of strength, but I think we'll probably just do maybe one floor here and then maybe call it a quit on this run. I just kind of wanted to check out Endless, and like I said, it seems to be more of kind of what was going on in the main game. There's probably some kind of, you know, a lot of games have Endless, Balatro. Oh, I'm trying to think. There was another game that I play a lot of. Oh yeah, Monster Train 2 has an endless mode. All right, take reward. And then I'll show you the skip and collect rewards. So it just kind of skips the animation. Lucky healing. Yeah, I kind of like this build we have here. I like the thorns we ended up, and like I said, those little tokens. Yeah, the tokens we get, like you can really lean into a build. That's really nice, because one of the most frustrating things with some like deck builders is going like, I want to do X kind of build, and then you never find anything for that build, and then you end up dying because you go like, I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna find stuff that works with that build, and you just never come across it. But so that is something I highly enjoy. All right, piggy bank and next floor, and that's where we're gonna call that for this run. So let's save and exit. I guess we can come back here and continue that run at a later date if we really wanted to, which is nice to be able to stop a run mid-run, because we're about an hour 20 in, which is a decent run length. I'm sure once I would get more familiar with the game and don't have to read every item description, things will speed up a little bit. There's a compendium of enemies and rewards and relics and, you know, all of the things we've kind of come across. But let's take a slot 2 and let's see, Scrappy. The second claw is always a magnet claw. Gets 1 strength if you collect at least 5 metal items at once. Let's check out like a floor or 2 with him. Okay, and it looks like they call them debt levels. The debt level is across all characters. I don't know how high this goes, but enemy damage increased by 30%. That's a pretty steep jump for like the first ascension level. So That kind of sounds rough. We're just going to go back to normal difficulty. And let's maybe check out a floor with this guy. Okay, so we have a claw and we have a magnet. So it's the magnet, I think, just sticks to metal items. So I actually kind of want to try to drop the magnet in closer to a bunch of metal stuff just to see kind of like a pickup radius it has. No, maybe I should have dropped it over this way more, because I think as it's rising up and moving, I think it has a chance to collect things along the way. So let's see if my theory is correct. We'll drop it about here. Okay, it did pick straight up, so maybe it would have been a little different if it kind of got like stuck in, you know, a claw machine that had a bunch of items or something. They're cool. All right. So it looks like we'll just skip and just kind of go back to main menu. So it looks like there's a lot of different characters. Like I said, we've only unlocked a small fraction of them. It's kind of a lot more. I guess we do have a little kind of gold border around this guy, I guess, to show we won. I don't know if that indicates just base ascension level, debt level, or what. So if we beat something with ascension, it says, I keep saying ascension, debt level 1, if that would be a different color. But you know what, there are stats for him. High scores. You successfully unlock the following items by winning a run with this character. Okay. So yeah, like I said, by the time you're seeing this video, this will be out for 1.0 release. I don't know what was changed from the base game. I've really enjoyed my runs. We might try to work this into the rotation on the YouTube. So if you've watched to the end here, let me know if you'd like to see some more of this. You know, I'd like to try a lot of these characters. I'd like to, you know, maybe try some of the debt levels too, but the game seems interesting. Seems like it has a lot of builds, seems pretty deep. So I'm excited to play some more. So feel free to go and check this out. I unfortunately don't have handy. I have the Steam version. I don't know if this is, I believe there's also going to be available mobile and maybe some other versions. I'll try to put that information in the description if you don't have access to Steam, or, you know, if you want to play it on the go, or if you know, wherever else you might play your video games. But appreciate you watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.